Well, I would say if you look at the first stage, certainly saw almost two different races, kind of stage 2, stage 3. What we said from the beginning was we wanted to see the best car still win. We wanted the ability, and this is an actual fact story, but if you look up in turn 2 or turn 3 during a run, we wanted to see the leader and the ability for second or third at least to be in that shot and have the ability to pass. We saw that. You certainly saw the last stage, 100-lap green flag run with no cautions, top 4 within 2.5 seconds. So directionally, I think better for sure, but not satisfied. We can, I'm a race fan first, and liked what I saw, but also think there's more to come hopefully.
Did this resemble what the data was based on what you guys tried to forecast?
Yeah, I think you never forecast a caution-free race, right, other than the stages, and that's what you had. So you had cars sticking together for a longer period, on a restart. And then what we really wanted on an intermediate track was if you had a long green flag run, the ability to make a pass during that stretch versus 1 second, 2, 3, 4, almost what you saw in stage 1 versus the second and third. So I think it was good to see directionally, that guys could come up through the pack and make a pass for the lead. But still work to do. It's early. 3 different winners, 3 races. So we'll take this one and head to Phoenix.
What would you want to see that would make you satisfied?
I think it's not really up to me, right? It's the fans. You want higher ratings and you want more butts and seats ultimately, and you want rivalries out there and drivers getting after it. And I think what happens in that situation is you have more passes for the lead, and you have cars closer together. So I think we're on the march to do that. I think we saw some of that today, but we can continue to improve upon it.
You say Johnson thought it might be better if they had a little bit more throttle response.
We got to go back and look. I think the 2-car had throttle response and 22 and some others. So it's going to vary by driver, and I think every driver is going to have a different opinion, and that's what makes it racing. So we'll see.
You mentioned that there's more work to do or more things to improve on. Does that happen just by going to different tracks or by the teams figuring out the package? How do you see that developing?
I think over time. I mean, we've said from the beginning that this is going to be a season that we're going to analyze. We're not going to every race say, was that a good race? Was that not? I know fans do that, but for us directionally, are you improving upon where we wanted to be? And if you look at last year versus this year, I would say we are. Was it tremendous improvement? Probably not. But again, as a fan, you want to see lead changes. We saw that today, and I think if you would have looked in the past with no cautions, we would have seen someone check out all race long, and we wouldn't have seen a lead change.
Were you surprised? No cautions?
I was. You go back even before the race, and I think even some of the media, and it probably came from the garage, right? We're going to wreck the entire field. This isn't going to be a race. Didn't happen. Some said NASCAR's goal is pack racing. Not the case. Our goal was to bring cars closer together, have more lead changes. But again, was surprised. I think if we had more green flag restarts, I think you probably would have seen 1 or 2 wrecks. But we'll see. It's early again, and I'd rather err on the side of not wrecking cars and having some lead changes versus having that happen through accidents.
We saw a couple of calls today of the guys behind the wall with their hand inside in the pit box. Can you explain why that is penalty? Is there something that you guys saw that you're we don't, that a hand is as a foot, or you're we're not just going to get into body parts?
Yeah, no, that's the way the rule's written. So we made that call. I mean, we'll go back and continue to look at it, but under the rule, that's the call that we needed to make.
All right, guys.
Any sense of relief that after the first stage, things did get a little bit better? You had to be sweating a little bit.
I think that's fair. I mean, you look at it, and I've learned a long time ago to, I think Mike telling me, hey, let the race play out, right? And that's what happens. You never know. So I was certainly glad to see that drivers were able to come up and make a pass for sure, and thought stage 2 and 3 were much more the direction we wanted to see for this race.